Much his grandson recently sent him up a 900 telephone line. Would you welcome from Belle Plaine, Iowa, George Preston? George?
Wonderful, thank you.
Nice to see you, George.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You looking good?
Well, I'm feeling good, too.
Well,
Couldn't feel any better.
Really? Well, that's the main thing. How old are you, may I ask?
I'll be 80 years old my next birthday.
Well,
Just in
congratulations.
about 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
And you're from Belle Plaine?
Belle Plaine, Iowa, the greatest little town on the Lincoln Highway in Belle Plaine, Iowa.
Belle Plaine, uh-huh.
Belle Plaine, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Belle Plaine has got a nice little town. It's on the Lincoln Highway,
Still there, huh?
and it's still... No, the Lincoln Highway has changed. See, when the
Well,
Lincoln...
I remember the Lincoln Highway.
I wouldn't doubt it that your dad traveled on the Lincoln Highway.
I think so.
Because if he went to Chicago, he probably had to go through Belle Plaine, Iowa, and go into Cedar Rapids, and into Chicago that way, because that was the first highway in the United States that was for tourists to travel and people to travel
And it
on.
was only a 2-lane highway, wasn't it?
That was only a 2-lane highway.
Yeah.
8 feet on each side.
Yeah. Let me show this picture here. How was your flight out anyway from Iowa? Nice?
My flight was wonderful. I'll tell you, we got on the airplane. I've never flown before.
You've never flown?
I've been out in California. This has been my 8th time out here. I've never flown out here before. When we got on the airplane, I was never so stunned in my life. They got up and they said, we got a celebrity in the crowd by the name of George Preston
Yeah.
from Belle Plaine, Iowa, and he's going to be on the Johnny Carson show.
Yeah.
And all the people got up and they applauded me because there was quite a few on Belle Plaine. See, there's been a lot of people probably right in here, the audience, that's been in my place.
Right.
And that's what I like about it.
So,
And
did this bother you at all? I mean, they're making all this fuss. Did it bother you at all?
didn't bother me a bit. It helped me.
Yeah, it did, huh?
And I tell you, Johnny, when I got on that airplane
From Belle Plaine.
from Cedar Rapids,
From Cedar Rapids.
from Cedar Rapids, over Des Moines, when they mentioned that,
Yeah.
the people come up and they started talking to me, and we had a nice time, and I told them, yes, I was going to be on your show, and I was glad to be on it, and that helped me out a little,
That's
to
good.
be on a nice show like this.
Yeah.
And then another thing, the further we got, I had my books and things with me, and I showed them the things in my books and things like that. So the stewardess come up, and they talked to me. Before we left, I had my pictures taken with the stewardess.
Right.
The captain of one of the airplanes come out, and he said, George, he said, you give us a wonderful talk, and this is what he gave me.
Oh, what
he
he
took
gave
this off, and he said, this is yours, and he took the pictures of me.
Right.
My granddaughter was with me, and we had a ball of the time.
Well, I tell you, George. Somebody told you they gave you some champagne?
They gave me a bottle of champagne on one plane.
That's what I heard, yeah.
And before we got into Denver, my granddaughter said, we're going to get on another flight. We'll have a different crew on there. So they got on the plane.
Stop that!
And they give me another bottle. That's no kidding. That's the fact.
Do you drink champagne?
No, I don't drink at all down there. I
Really?
don't smoke.
Don't drink or smoke?
I haven't got time.
Haven't got time. You're too busy talking. You don't have,
Listen, I talk to a lot of people. I have hundreds of people stop in Belle Plaine and look at my filling station because when I bought my filling station,
Right.
the Lincoln Highway didn't run by our
The Lincoln,
place.
you're the only filling station on the Lincoln
I'm
Highway?
the only filling station from coast to coast left on the Lincoln Highway.
Yeah. I see.
And that's why I started keeping all this stuff.
Right. Okay. Let me... You smoke. Stop that. Now, you stop this now. You stop. You folks behave yourself now. I'm trying to talk to George here. We're gonna do a commercial, then we'll talk some more, right? Okay. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and we are talking. Nice picture. We're talking. You just joined us. You're just talking. We're talking to George Preston from Belle Plaine, Iowa, and this is your service station that you used to have.
I paid $100 for it.
What year was that?
In 1923, the filling station was built.
$100.
$100. That's all it was worth then.
Yeah. I guess you're right. And did you know, I used to pump gas at my grandfather ran a service station in Logan, Iowa.
I know you
And I
did.
used to go over for the summer and pump gas there. Phillips 66 in
Phillips
Conoco, remember that?
66. Well, I worked for the Phillips 66 company for about 30 years, and
Yeah.
I worked for the Standard Oil Company about, 40-some years.
Yeah.
And
You don't run the service station anymore.
I'm making a museum out of it. That's why I get it. Any kind of a sign I can get, I put on my building, old sign, to show the people how they used to operate years ago.
Yeah.
Now, there's a Studebaker sign right there. That was an Erskine Studebaker sign.
Right.
The Sun Oil Company there was the first oil company.
And they're not in business anymore, are they?
The Sun Oil Company, I don't know whether they are or not, unless they're bought out by some other company.
You know, I think they were. My dad used to have some stock in the Sun Oil Company.
Sun
I remember
Oil
that.
Company.
Yeah.
Say, Johnny, was you born in Iowa?
I was born in Corning, Iowa.
Corning, Iowa. I know that. I was in your town quite a few times, and a lot of people tell me you was born in Nebraska, but
I was born in Iowa, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you was
And
born in
I
Iowa.
lived in Corning, Clarinda, Red Oak, Shenandoah, Avoca, Iowa. Then I went to Nebraska.
did you have, now I got a little literature that
Yeah.
people give me, I don't know how true it is or not, because, but they told me that you used to have a Kid Carson, that used to be a sheriff in Corning, Iowa.
No, my dad was called Kit Carson.
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
your dad
yeah,
was.
that's where it came
He
from.
worked in the lumber yard.
No, he was in the electric utility business. but he often went to the lumber yard.
Well, maybe
That was it. He spent a lot of time in the lumber. Do you know everybody in Plaine?
Do I know everybody in Belle Plaine? Yes.
Yeah, Belle Plaine.
And half of the state.
Do you really?
Sure. I have hundreds of people stop at my place every year, and I sign autographs. And now, you see that auto laundry there? Now, do you know what that auto laundry means?
Car washing, I guess?
That's car washing. They
Yeah.
used to call the Skelly Oil Company was the first company to put out a car washer,
Yeah.
and it was called auto laundry, so they put that sign up, and people would drive down the highway, and they would know that was an auto laundry, and that's where they got
Right.
their car washed.
Yeah. Now, the Lincoln...
For 25 cents.
Yeah, for 25 cents.
That's right.
I remember when gasoline, when the people would like 23 cents a gallon when I was working.
In 1923,
Right.
the state of Iowa said there'll never be a bit of gas tax put on anymore because we are not going to pave no more roads. We cannot stand the
Right.
pavement, and we will not get the money.
You
So,
folks... Well, they just... I'll tell you. There's... All right. Now, you collect... How many people remember Burma shave signs?
Burma shave sign.
Right.
That was, they started in South Dakota. They
Right.
come down to Minnesota and into Iowa.
I know. I remember them as a kid. You drive
remember
along.
the sign?
Sure, there was sell Burma shave as a
The
shaving
man
lotion.
who drives when he's been drinking depends on you to do his thinking.
Right.
That was one of the deals.
I remember another one. Don't lose your head to save a minute. You need your head. Your brains are in it. Right.
Right.
Burma shave.
Don't put your elbow out too far. It might go home in another man's car.
Right. There was an old hermit named Dave. No. Now, what's this business about your grandson setting up a 900 number?
Well, my grandson set up a 900 number.
I'd heard that, yeah.
In California. And I tell stories about the Lincoln Highway and things, and people call in there, and they get the stories about the Lincoln Highway.
Just about the Lincoln
About
Highway?
the Lincoln Highway, and then I tell them a few other little ones, too, about the Burma shave sign. Now they even got a little song out about me in the Burma shave sign. And they got it out in California here, and I don't know when it's coming out.
How does it go? Can you sing it, or?
What? No, Burma Shade?
Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to have been singing with Doc down there tonight. But I guess he didn't get the record here.
Were you ever a drummer?
No. I'd like to tell Doc Severson something.
Yeah.
I got a sign down home. I hear Doc advertise DVD.
That's
You
right.
know where they got that sign?
Where?
Belle Plaine, Victor, and Deep River, and they thought that was one of the most comical signs of the road name, the DVD. And every time Doc saw a suit of underwear or something, it was that thing. He got that sign out of Belle Plaine, Iowa. It went from Belle Plaine to Deep River.
I didn't know that.
Belle Plaine, Victor, to Deep River.
My God. Now, we got about a minute left, so I want you to settle an argument. Ed and I have been arguing for years about the merits of the horse and the pig. I've said that the pig is a smart animal.
Well, I'll tell you something. I used to think that, too. So I go to Tama, Iowa. It's where the Lincoln Highway Bridge is, and I talk over there every year on the Lincoln Highway Bridge. It's the prettiest bridge in the United States, and it's engraved, and it says Lincoln Highway on it, and I got to introduce that bridge.
Right.
So when I was over there, they had a pig race over there.
They had a pig race.
And the pig was so much smarter, he ran around that track, and he got around that track so fast, and he ate. You take a horse, you're running around that track.
Right.
You've got to get a man to ride that horse, a jockey, don't you?
You're absolutely right.
Did you ever see anybody riding a pig around?
No, I haven't. George, you're a fascinating man, and it's nice to have you out here. I hope you enjoyed your trip.
I did.
And if I'm ever back near Belle Plaine, I'm going to stop by and go through your museum.
You'll see the